Welcome to the Lover's Quill. Our today's topic is love for the money. There was once a man named Joseph. Born into a small village where the river was wide, the soil was rich, and people knew one another's names. He grew up in a house with mud walls, a thatched roof, and a mother whose laughter was louder than hunger. His father often told him, "Son, wealth is not in the pocket, it is in the heart. Guard your heart, and you will never be poor." But Joseph was restless. Whenever traders came from the city, riding on fine horses and wearing robes that shimmered like the morning sun, his heart burned with envy. He watched them toss coins at children, watched how even the elders bowed to greet them, and he whispered to himself, "One day I will have money, and when I do, the world will bow to me." When Joseph became a man, he left his village for the city. At first, he worked honestly, carrying loads in the market and shining shoes. But soon, he discovered that sweat was slow, and greed was quick. He found men who traded not in goods, but in lies. They taught him how to cheat weights on the scale, how to sell what was fake as if it were pure. And Joseph learned fast, because his hunger for money was greater than his fear of wrong. Before long, he had gold on his fingers, silk on his shoulders, and people calling him Master Joseph. But the taste of wealth was like salt water. The more he drank, the thirstier he became. In the midst of his rising wealth, Joseph met a woman named Loveth. She was beautiful, not just in face but in spirit. Her words were soft, her laughter was sincere, and her eyes seemed to see the boy he once was, not the rich man he had become. Joseph loved her, or so he thought. When he asked for her hand in marriage, she looked into his eyes and said, "Joseph, I will marry you if you can show me that your love is stronger than your love for money." He laughed at first, because to him, the two could live side by side. But she shook her head. "Money can buy me jewels, but it cannot buy my heart. If you love me, show me with sacrifice, not with coins." Days turned into weeks, and Joseph found himself torn. He loved Loveth's presence, the peace she brought, the way she spoke to him as though he was still a man of clay and not of gold. But every time he thought of giving up his crooked dealings, his chest tightened. For without money, who was he? Just a boy from a village of mud walls and thatched roofs. So he tried to balance both worlds, giving her gifts of gold, while secretly clinging to his darker trade. But Loveth was no fool, she told him. Stay tuned for the concluding part.